Hey everyone, welcome to another installment of the First Impression series, the series where I review an album just after one listen. And I gotta say, metalcore is a genre that gets a bad rep. It was a genre that was absolutely hated when it debuted in the 2000s, and now near the end of this decade, there is quite a bit of a metalcore burnout that a lot of people are experiencing at the moment. And I don't think this genre is terrible. In fact, it was a genre that definitely was an exposure for me to the realms of metal, so it's kind of like a gateway genre for me. And also, there's been some really awesome artists and like albums that came from the genre that just absolutely kick butt and still do. And there's also, and the genre is still like it's still evolving. Like there's still definitely some innovation being done in the genre, and there's definitely a lot of really awesome things. There's definitely a lot of awesome musicians and just a lot of awesome stuff to be said in the genre. So I don't think it's like just this like hot topic scene core thing that a lot of metal elitists will say, and how a lot of people don't consider it true metal. However, when it comes to the existence of certain artists, these artists pretty much justify the right to hate metalcore, and these are artists like Attila. Today we are looking at Villain by Attila. Now, this was an album that was released on February 22nd, 2019. And the cover art is the Attila logo, but glitched out. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, so I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. That's my quick segment over the artwork section, which is, just for fun. But we're going to go into this album, starting with our first song, Prediction. The static effect is not good here. The breakdown here is just incredibly generic and basic. Second song is our title track, Villain. The instrumentation is just bland and vanilla. The lyrics are just really atrocious. I do understand that Franz is sort of playing the character of like a hipster or this like frat boy douche, but it's just lazy writing on this track. It doesn't really do anything interesting. The guitar solo is probably the best part of the song, and the drums are great during the breakdown. It's a shame that the riff is really terrible during that part. The third song is Blackout, and the electronics here are just half-baked. They're buried into the background, like the band is too scared to show the experimentation on this, or perhaps so the listener wouldn't notice how just terrible the electronics are. And the second verse on this song has some really terrible mixing. The fourth song is New Addiction. The guitar mix on this song just sucks. And it's another frat boy metal song. I don't need to hear Franz be called by some woman daddy or to hear Ramon. Ugh. Oh. That was probably one of the most painful things I've heard in a song all year. The guitar solo is the best part of this track, and it's a solid solo. This song overall tries to have like that groove metal vibe, but just falls flat at that. The fifth song is still about it. The vocal flow just doesn't work on this track. It just really clashes with the instrumental. The robotic voice on this track does not work. And how many times are you going to talk about touching a woman's lady parts? You have just reused the same lyric line several times on this album already, which I will not say the actual line, as I do have a bit of decency in myself. The chorus on this track is annoying, and these lyrics, to put it bluntly, are kinda, how should I say this, predatory. I'm going to put it lightly. The seventh song on this album is It Is What It Is, and the clean rap-like style does not work here. It feels like he's just emulating Fred Durst, and this is just a way worse version of It's My Way or the Highway, but with a terrible metalcore instrumental attached to it, and that particular Limp Bizkit song was not very good to begin with. So, yeah. Eighth song is Subhuman. This is Discount Mike Shinoda and Discount Chester Bennington. In general, this is the track that would be what you would find in the trash right outside of a dollar store that is supposed to be the off-brand version of Linkin Park. And this is like something that makes you appreciate Days of Anew more, because this definitely makes them appear a little more tolerable in comparison. The ninth song is Manipulate, and the guitar mix is just empty and dead on this track. This track has to try to balance being like this bounce vibe thing and just having this brutal sound, and the song just fails miserably at both. And yes, it is possible to have those two things in the same song. And now we're going to go into the 10th song, Bad Habits. The mix is terrible. This sounds like a really terrible As I Lay Dying. This song is just way too compressed, and honestly, it's nothing, but I guess they're trying more on this one. And with that, this pitiful album ends. Now, my overall thoughts, the mix is just beyond abysmal. This is one of the worst mixed albums of the year. The whole fratboy aesthetic was boring a while ago, and Attila do nothing to change up their image. They just literally reuse the same lyric lines over and over again throughout the album, and it's just extremely lazy. The whole girl moaning and calling Fong's Dottie thing is just gross and tied for probably the most unpleasant thing I've heard in an album this year. However, that's the only part of the album where I was just not absolutely bored. The guitar has some solid solos, and the drums on two songs do play some good blast beats. That's like the only positive I can give on some of the instrumentation on this train wreck. The experimentation side of the album is terrible too, suffering from leaning too hard on like past acts and just overcompressing in the mix and overcompensating it as well. The bass is non-existent throughout this album, which leads me to believe the tab sheets for this thing were 0 After the guitar solos, the guitars are doing those by the numbers first month of learning how to play metalcore instrumentation. All in all, in conclusion, just listen to Deviloof instead. There is a reason why Jared Dine said that Deviloof is Attila but good. Because Attila is just terrible. Ugh, this album, man. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, listening to this album will make anyone feel burnt out on metalcore. Jeez. Or deathcore, since I know Attila's technically in that genre as well. This was just not a pleasant listen. Seriously, don't listen to this. And that is why I'm going to be giving Villain by Attila an overall score of 0.5 out of 10, giving it a tier of illegal. Seriously, like I said again before, I know that Franz is supposed to be playing like this, like, frat boy character, but he does nothing new with it. It's just like rehashing, and it's just nothing. So yeah, what were your thoughts on Villain by Attila? Let me know in the comments down below. I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to watch this review, and I hope you all have a great day.